So good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. Whenever you see this and wherever you're seeing it from, do me a favor, drop that city and that state to let us know where you guys are tuning in from. Um, this is the Blank Spot. We're a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. And today that we're on live, but we're on a off-site, so to say, different location. So let me go to my group and see if I can share this to my group. And I'm gonna wait for a little while to see if we get anybody to jump on. This is gonna be a live Q&A session, guys. A live Q&A session. So we didn't get a chance to do a frequently asked questions Friday, and we had a little time before we got started on our event today. So I wanted to go ahead and see if we could get some questions in, answer some questions, and reach out to some people. So this is a live Q&A for crafters and small business owners. This is the Blank Spot. Once again, if you're just jumping on for the very first time, if you're new, we're Sublimation Blanks and T-shirt transfer supplier. And usually on Fridays, we do a Q&A, frequently asked questions Friday. But we were out setting up for an event that we're having right now. We're actually in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, doing an event, and didn't have time to go live. But I was thinking about this, and we've been very consistent over the last couple of weeks. I guess I'd say the last month, and I wanted to continue that consistency by sharing a little bit of time with you guys. So if you guys have any questions right now, if you're a crafter, if you're a business owner, you're wanting to get started, if you're crafting, you want to get started crafting, if you're a business owner and you want to get started doing a business, or if you want to keep going, you got any questions as it pertains to what we do and how we can assist, now's the time to ask. I'm going to share with you a couple of things that we do, how we assist business owners, crafters become business owners, and how we assist just ordinary people become crafters. Now, I got to say the word assist, because the word assist is a lot better than the word help. A lot of people hear the word help and they take it as, oh, we're just going to do something for you for free. Can't do that. That's not going to happen. However, it is going to be cost effective. You're going to have to be able to invest some of your own time and possibly some of your own money if you're interested in getting started. So we've been in business. We've been in business as the Blank Spot for a little over 4 years now. My wife is or was a crafter turned business owner, and we saw back during the pandemic time, we saw an opportunity to provide coverage for people who either needed supplies for the crafting, or who wanted to start a business and needed some quality sublimation blanks and supplies. Since then, we have turned into a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier. And we've helped a lot of people to either get started and or keep going. So what are some of the things, I'm going to pose this question to you. What are some of the things that you guys have an issue with? If you are currently a crafter and you want to get started as a business owner, what are some of the things? Well, I guess I should start with the people who want to become crafters first. There's some people out there that we realize that have never heard of what we do as far as sublimation is concerned. A lot of people have never heard that. And if that's you, I'm gonna put this banner on here. If that's you and you have never heard of what we do or what sublimation is, and that's you, then I strongly encourage that you go to our website. I got the website scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It's real simple. You can Google us, or you can actually go to theblankspot.com. That's THEBLANKSSPOT.com. Excuse me, guys, I'm on the outside, so you're going to hear some helicopters. You're going to hear some people on the beach, all kinds of stuff. Hopefully my mic is strong enough where you guys can hear me. And hopefully the internet is strong enough. I had to tether my phone in order to do the live. But you can go to theblankspot.com. You can check out our blog, okay? There's a blog that talks about sublimation. Now, there's a lot of people who've never heard of sublimation still to this day. And it surprises me every time I hear somebody say, hey, you know what, I never heard of sublimation. Or even if it's your first time on our live, you've never been here before, you never heard us talking about it, or in general, just never heard of sublimation. It just, it's crazy that there's so many things going on in the crafting industry, and people are not taking advantage of the opportunity to expand their business or the opportunity to expand their crafting. Hey, Tamara, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. Sublimation. Sublimation, just basically in general, it is an ink dye process. It takes place using sublimation ink, sublimation paper, sublimation printer, um, printing an image onto that paper, and then it's a heat transfer process where you heat that ink up on from that paper, and it goes from that paper to a substrate. Substrate being something that you're going to sublimate on, that you're going to transfer that image onto, like a shirt. This shirt that I'm wearing right now is sublimation. Sublimation actually works best with 100% polyester. Of course, the higher the polyester count, the better. And it's a dye process. That means once that fabric, that polyester fabric is dyed, then it's not coming out. It's not going to wash out. You can do it on fabrics. You can do it on cups. You can do it on MDF wood. You can do it on metal. Lots of different things that you can do sublimation on. And I'm not talking about sublimation hacks right now. I'm talking about direct to that fabric or to that substrate sublimation. Sublimation is a process that's been around for decades. And even if you go and look and do the research about sublimation, you'll find something in the very early time, ancient times, about sublimation. Bottom line is, it's a process that people use to make garments, to make cups. And if you don't know what sublimation is and can't grasp that concept, I don't know if you guys can remember going to school and being offered cups with your face on it. That's sublimation. So it goes way back. Now, a lot of crafters that are out there, a lot of people haven't either they even haven't either they haven't heard of sublimation, or they have never tried sublimation. I guess for a lot of crafters, it's a fear of messing up. It's not a process that you can fix. Once it's done, it's done. You can cover it up, but once it's done, it's done. So that's pretty much sublimation in a nutshell. Like I said, you can go to our website, theblankspot.com, and read a blog about sublimation. If it's your first time on the video, first time seeing our live, type in number 1 in the comments whenever you see it and wherever you see it from. You'll be able to go back and look at this live on a replay on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is The Blanks Spot. And you can go there and you can subscribe and hit the bell to be notified and watch some old videos and some of the most updated ones as well. Hey Doris, how you doing? Happy Saturday. So this is a live Q&A session. It's wide open Q&A session. Now, it's not just for business owners. This is going to be for crafters as well. There's a lot of people who are wanting to get started in sublimation. A lot of people want to get started in crafting. And I'm here to answer as many questions as I can on the crafting side, the hobby side, and also the business side. We're working right now to get a proper class together for a pricing class. We have a class, but we want to update that class, and we're working right now to get a proper class together for pricing class for anyone who wants to understand how to price the items. We've been making several videos on our social media platforms or our business media platforms, and I've also been sharing older videos. And I've found that a lot of the older videos that we've been sharing are very pertinent right now. So I want to encourage you guys to understand that if you are a crafter looking to turn business owner, there's going to be some things that you're going to need. I think the most recent video that I dropped that has something to do with what I'm talking about right now is where my wife was talking about how she how she when she decided to take her craft business seriously, she decided to take her business seriously. She stopped going back and forth to craft shops buying shirts and or buying crafting supplies. Not that she didn't continue to buy if she needed, but it was like every time that she got an order, she had to go buy some shirts. Every time she had an order, at the time she was doing vinyl, she had to go out and buy some vinyl. And she realized that she was losing, hundreds of dollars in gas money. She was losing hundreds of dollars in purchasing on that retail level, to where she decided to find some she decided to find some, I would say, wholesalers, companies that sell at a lower price so she could save more money. She also decided to try to find vendors and suppliers who would sell who would give her a discount if she bought more. So that in itself saves a lot of money. But she also didn't undercut herself. She also took into consideration that she needed to understand how pricing worked. And I think that's a lot of people's issue, is that not only that they don't understand how pricing works, but they are afraid to price their items based off the fact that they feel like, okay, if I price it the price that I think I should price it, or if I price it in a comparison to other people's or other companies or what's going on out there, then people may not buy my stuff. There's a lot of people out there who are wrapped up in the sale instead of the profit. Now, if you're a crafter and you're hearing this, that doesn't apply to you. You may be doing items for your family. You may be doing it so you can save money. You may be doing stuff for family and friends, co-workers. You know what I'm saying? You may be doing stuff at holiday time only or special events. But if you are an actual business owner, if you're an actual business owner, and you're taking this thing to heart, you need to understand that it's not just about, I'm going to save money on my supplies. It's about operating your business with an intent to make a profit. It's about operating your business as a business. And if you're operating your business with an intention to make a profit, then you're going to understand what profit is. You're going to understand how to price, not just multiplying your cost by two or by three, not just trying to flip an item, but you're going to really understand pricing. You're going to break down to the lowest terms, into the lowest numbers, how much your shirt costs. And I'm going to use t-shirts for example, because a lot of people are doing shirts. How much your shirts cost, how much your supplies to make your shirts cost. That means if you whatever process you're using, whether it's HTV vinyl, um, whether it is screen print, whether it's DTF, whether it is um, what's another paper or transfer process, patches, whatever that is, you got to break that price down so you can know how much it costs. A lot of times, I find that people are missing the count on the cost, meaning that you may have an idea. For example, you go to a you go to a website that offers wholesale or bulk pricing. You get a discount if you buy more than 10 or 15. Excuse me. You're looking at the price of the actual item, but you're not thinking about, well, I bought 20 items and I'm going to add the taxes. And you're not looking at, a lot of people are not looking at what's the total cost. If each item costs you $4 and you bought 20, well, 20 times four is $80. Well, now you got to add in the taxes and you got to also add in the shipping. So by the time you add in the taxes and the shipping, that $4 item may have cost you $100. So that's where you start to divide how much you pay per item. And a lot of people are missing that because they're just looking at that dollar value of how much the item costs, not how much it costs to get to your house or to your business, but how much that item costs, how much the supplies cost to make that item, whether you're talking about transfers, heat tape, um, any type of butcher paper that you may need, or parchment paper that you may need. People are not thinking about those added costs, not to include any type of mailers that you may use, or marketing paraphernalia, cards, or anything that you may use to actually push that item out. You have to learn how to break down the entire cost, because if not, you're going to miss out on the profit. A lot of people are pricing their items based off of what, and this is another thing, a lot of people are pricing their items based off of what they would want to pay. I think as a consumer, the the uh, the way that we've been trained and taught to do stuff is iconic. You know, we were taught to go to school, make good grades, and get a good job. We were taught to be good consumers, not great purchasers, but we were taught to be good consumers and stay in our lane. If you went to school and you made good grades, or you got a decent job or whatever, you were taught to be on that side of the of the counter, right? You're buying things, and you're not taught to, okay, I'm going to count these costs. We were taught, we learned how to how to get coupons. We learned how to ask for discounts. We learned how to do things like that, but we didn't learn the business aspect of spending our money, or investing our money, or investing in ourselves. Therefore, when it's time to transition or shift from a side hustle hobbyist to a business owner, we freak out. Okay, we freak out, and we don't have the education to get us together. So um, usually on Fridays we'll have this frequently asked questions Friday, and we have an audience here, and we're saying, hey, ask us anything about our products and or our business, or anything about business. We missed that because we were setting up, but today is a live Q&A. So if anybody has any questions that pop up, or if you have questions later on, of course I'll address the questions. I'll go back and read the questions and answer them. But if you have any questions, now is the time to ask, because there's a lot of people who have questions in our inbox, or emailing us about things when you really don't understand. Um, Waiting on questions. I'm gonna keep talking. A lot of other issues that I see that crafters slash business owners have is when they're purchasing items, they expect they expect to get the best price. There's nothing wrong with expecting to get the best price, but if you're not positioning yourself to get the best price or the better price, then you're doing yourself a disservice. What do I mean? Most people who are reselling items, or who are selling items, if you're buying if you're buying items to make products, most of you guys don't have retail or resell license, retailer or reseller license. A reseller's license or retail license can definitely work in your favor, because most companies are going to take that license, take a copy of that license, and now you don't have to pay taxes. Not paying taxes helps you to save money, and now you can actually shift that savings towards your business. When did you guys know it was time to switch from home to a store? Growth. Um, Growth. We decided by looking at our area that we're currently in. We decided that we did some market research, and we decided that there was a need for what we're doing. Um, we decided that there was a need by the market research that we did. There was only one. Well, to be honest with you, there was two that I knew of. One young lady was working out of a small office space, and then there's another local store that sells sublimation blanks and some supplies. So there was no competition. There was nobody else out there really doing it, and we saw the need, and we decided to go ahead and invest in ourselves, and provide that coverage. Since then, we don't have a um, we don't have a storefront, but we have a warehouse. And I'm going to tell you, customers will tell you, consistent customers and consistently growing your business is going to tell you when it's time to go to the next level. It's almost like playing a video game. Okay. A lot of people out there playing this video game and they're reaching a certain level and they're getting stuck. And you know, in the video game, you're losing your lives. And you got to wait till your lives build back up and you restart playing that game again. Well, a lot of people are at that level to where they're ready to elevate and get to the next level, but they're afraid. They're afraid because they have no business acumen. They have no business education. They have no one that they can lean on. They have no one that they can trust. They're surrounding themselves around people who are just like them, who are trying to get to the next level. You can't get to the next level working with the same people that are in your circle. That's going to be hard for a lot of people to hear. And some people may reject what I just said. But if all of you guys are struggling, if your whole circle is struggling and you have nobody to guide you or direct you or help to pull you up or help to encourage you to get to the next level, or if your situation is not motivating you enough to get to the next level, you're not going to want to do the research, stay up late, get up early, connect with business owners who are freely sharing information, and then some that are going to charge you for their time. So that's when we knew. When we knew it was time to stop messing around. When we saw the true need and we knew that we could actually make a difference. You got to have a product that people want. I think it's too many people out there that are afraid that people won't buy their stuff. You know, what if they don't buy my stuff? Somebody will buy your items. People are looking for you, but you have to do the market research and you have to actually provide a viable product. I'm going to say something that's going to sting some people, but a lot of folks are just sitting in their own way. A lot of people are saying, hey, if I can't do it the way that I want to do it, then I'm not going to do it. You're not at that level yet. You don't have that type of finance yet. The people who are able to do things pretty much at their own leisure and the way that they want to do it, they have money. They have resources. They have people who are actually backing them. And truth be told, if you're the person that only wants to use one process, if you're making apparel, but you only want to use one process, if you're making apparel, but you only want to do it your way, one thing your way, being in business is not the time to be hard-headed. Building a business is not the time that I know everything. Building a business is not the time to go on your own and I don't want any help and try to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. That's not the time. Business is not that. Being in business is the time to listen, to surround yourself with people who are more knowledgeable than you. Grand Rise, Mr. Woods. Thanks for jumping on. We got a live Q&A for crafts and small businesses. Yeah, being in business is not the time to be, arrogant or prideful, even prideful. It's not that time. But also being in business is not the time not to invest in yourself. We have a someone asked us just recently. People always ask, do we give classes? Do we mentor? We no longer give classes. However, because it's not in our business model, we learned that when we were giving classes, it slowed us down. We were attracting all types of personalities. We were attracting all types of personalities who did not want to invest in themselves, and they didn't want to pay us for our time. So we had to stop doing that because the more information that we would give, just like now, the more information that we would give, the lower our sales would go. I'm going to tell you something that sounds real crazy. It would seem that if we're giving information, that people will want to shop with us and do business with us, but that wasn't the case. The more information we talked about, the more things we shared, the less and less our customer base grew. So we had to deviate from that. But what I will tell you, what we did was, and we have it on our website, it is a pick my brain. And the idea was derived from one of my business mentors. Pick my brain. You get to go on our website. You get to purchase an hour of our time. or our time in increments of an hour, and you can sit down with us one-on-one via the internet, via Zoom or via phone call, and you can ask us anything. Okay, you can ask us anything. People have been using that to actually exponentially grow their business, because the recommendations that we share, they're not opinions. These are factual things that we do every day. This is the advice and recommendations that we give every day. We had to be mindful in our desire to we had to be mindful in our desire to want to help people. We had to be mindful that we didn't just freely share, because it attracts information, attracts people. Let me see. For me, I saw for me, I saw um like 3 videos and order. Now I'm just waiting for the merch. Yep, your order's on the way too. And we appreciate you. What we had to understand is, if we were going to truly be able to benefit someone else, we had to manage our time. So in managing our time, we created a service that allows our customers or potential customers who want to get started to access our time. And then it also shows, like the older people would say, it shows who's serious by putting skin in the game. There's a lot of people who don't want to put any skin in the game. A lot of people, especially your friends and family members, people that you know at your job, they expect you to reach back. They expect you to reach back and give, give, give. Well, I'm going to give an analogy right now. If you're learning how to swim, how is it that you feel like you're able to teach someone how to swim? You can barely stay afloat yourself, but you're being guilted into helping other people, and you're not in a position to help people right now. Even if I just share, but what if I just share what I know? If that's not your business model, sharing what you know can hurt your business growth more than you think. Not about people taking your customers. It's not about competition. It's about losing focus. There are people out here right now as business owners, their whole business model is surrounded by giving classes. Nothing's wrong with that. That's your business model. But if you're a crafter, creator, designer, if you are someone who creates and that's how you make your money, if that's what you desire to do, your business model has nothing to do with you giving a class. Once again, that's going to be a statement that a lot of people that hear that may reject it. Well, we should help one another. We should each one reach one, teach one. That ain't your lane. That's not your job. And you're especially not able to help somebody if you're barely making it yourself. So once again, um, business business, in my professional opinion, is time to be selfish, not selfless. There's going to be enough time to be selfless once you get your roots, once you gain your footing, and once you get established. Then it's going to be time to give your time away. There's going to be some time to share your stories and share your experiences and share your testimonies, and to share um, how this helped you get to the point that you are. But I think that there's too many people out there who are freely sharing too early. That's just me, you know. Q&A, guys. What's your questions? It's a live Q&A for crafters and small businesses. Maybe you want to be a crafter, you haven't gotten started. We have things on our website like a mini t-shirt starter kit. You want to get started, you never did anything before, you can still invest in yourself by setting up a one-on-one so you can know what you need to get. Okay. So, well, why do I have to pay for that? Well, you don't have to pay for it. You can just go straight to another video similar to this. They just maybe give you information. But what I found is that when someone is charging you for their time, I found that you can hold that individual more accountable. See, it's about a personality. It's about personality. It's about integrity, and it's about your name. People who are out there just freely sharing information, they have no accountability and no responsibility. You may not believe that, but there's no accountability and responsibility for anybody out there who's just freely sharing information. How can you hold somebody accountable for showing you a video, a how-to video on how to do something? You can't. ATB Marketing, Grand Rising, thanks for jumping on. So Renee said, what's the most valued lesson you've learned? Keep my time, protect my time and my peace. I made a post. I made a post on Facebook asking, what is your most expensive product? And of course, people came in. A couple of people came in, making jokes. One guy said my wife, and then people started, naming products. But nobody said my time. Time is the only thing that you can't get back. It's your most valuable product. Learn how to manage your time and protect your time. Inside of that comment that I'm saying, Tamara, is that you have to be careful who you connect to. You got to be connected. You got to be careful. Excuse me, I'm rubbing my nose. I have allergies, and my allergies are acting up, so I apologize. But you have to be careful who you hook your trailer up to. You got to be careful who you connect to. There's going to be a lot of people who say, "Hey, yeah, I'm with it." There's going to be a lot of people that say, "Hey, yeah, I'm serious about business. I'm over here on this side of town. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. We should collaborate. We should do X, Y, and Z." You got to be careful because a lot of times it leads to drama. There's nothing wrong with collaborating with someone in your city or outside of your town. Nothing wrong with it. But just like anything else, you want to gauge that personality, that business. You want to gauge that company. You want to make sure that they're serious and they're consistently doing what they say they're going to do. Giving too much information in a collaboration can leave you drained. When you find that you've connected with another company and you feel like you're giving, and they're taking, when they're not sharing as much as you feel like you're sharing, when you don't feel like that individual that you've connected to is giving you or adding value to your life, you got to cut them loose. So it's one of the most valued lessons that I've learned is protect my time. Protect my time because I can't get it back. I cannot get it back. That's the one thing that you cannot get back is your time. That's a great question. One of the things that we do, especially in this community, the crafting community, they say it's a crafting community. We look for people who are doing what we're doing. There was a young lady that posted, made a post in a public group. She said that she moved to a new town and she was looking for people who were doing what she was doing. And I reached out to the young lady because she said, she reached out to several people. She had been doing some networking events and she just couldn't connect with people. And I reached out to her, I responded to her comment. I say, "Hey, I have some suggestions and recommendations. Give me a call." Still waiting on her to call. Be great if she did because I want to tell her this. Why are you looking for people? Why do you feel like you need people to do what you're doing? Why does that have anything to do with your business? Networking, yes. But why are you looking for people? If you can't find anybody who's doing what you're doing, are you going to stop working your business? Are you going to stop? Maybe you're looking for the wrong people in the wrong area, or maybe you're looking for the wrong thing. I have 10 years of knowledge in the promotional items business, and I just started doing the business hands on applying my knowledge. People often ask me, "Why are you charging me for your knowledge?" Well, let me see the next one. I tell them the knowledge is free on the internet. I'm charging for my time. Absolutely. People don't understand, man, that you're charging for experience. It's an experience. You're paying someone for their experience, which should be their time as well. But here's the thing, ATB marketing, when you run across people like that, And I'm sure you know when you run across people like that, it just reminds you of what you already know, that everybody's not your customer. When we have sit downs with larger companies, when you have a public speaker, when you have a what they call motivational speaker, there's no such thing. This just once again, this excuse me, this just me once again. What is a motivational speaker? How can someone motivate me to do something that I need to do, knowing that I need to do it anyway? If your situation doesn't motivate you, then all the motivation in the world is not going to help. Now, we can talk about checking in, accountability. We can talk about encouragement, inspiration. But when you pay those people for those classes, those thousands of dollars for classes, nobody questions that. But when you seem to be accessible, that's when people begin to question. I'm in the process of networking, and if it doesn't sit well, I don't engage. And once again, there's nothing wrong with networking. I encourage people to go out and network. But what you have to understand as a business owner, you have to leave your personal feelings out of it. You gotta try to do your best to leave your human nature and your human side out of it, because human nature wants to have that touchy feely connection, right? Humans want to have that connection. You guys notice what happened during the pandemic when people couldn't touch people, when they couldn't go out, when they couldn't be in people's faces? Folks were losing their minds because human nature says that I have to have somebody, I have to be in somebody's face. I have to be a friend. I need to be a friend. I need to have business is not about being friends. You can build relationships off of being in business and you can become friends, but people are so much in a hurry to say, I have a new friend. I remember when I was little, even not even thinking about what I'm talking about now. My mom's like, everybody's not your friend. And that's one of the things that a lot of people fail to realize. Everybody ain't your friend, and everybody does not have the best intentions for you. Once again, if you're not the person, or if your company does not have that business model where you are out there just sharing information, that ain't your business model, then why are you allowing people to guilt you into doing it? And if that is something that you want to do, if you want that to be a part of your business model, now ask yourself, is your business sustainable right now enough to have that time to do that? Once again, most people do things out of time. They do it out of order. Q&A, guys. Live Q&A for crafters and small businesses. We missed yesterday, but I wanted to come on and talk to you guys. We're out here at Myrtle Beach. You probably hear the waves crashing. You hear the people downstairs on the beach. You know, may hear some music on the boardwalk. This is the time we talk about the things that are on your mind. Um, Ask questions that you would want to ask someone that is going to help you get to the next level. Questions, comments, questions, comments. So if you're just jumping on and you're seeing this for the first time, if you haven't done so, drop that city and state. That's how we kind of introduce ourselves. Drop your city and state to let us know you guys are tuning in from. Drop a number one if it's your first time on our platform. Also, make sure you go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll be able to see the replay, uncut, the live, unedited version. Our YouTube channel is The Blanks Spot. That's TheBlanksSpot. Subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. Also, look at some older videos. We have videos in there that shows us using our products and our services, but we also have business videos in there as well. We used to talk about this business beyond crafting. A lot of videos on there talks about business as well. But I have a question for you all. What is your biggest struggle? What's the one thing that you struggle with the most? What is the one thing that you struggle with the most? I'm gonna see if we can get some engagement. Do I like being contactless? Yeah. Yes, I do. Um, Being contactless means that you can build your business. For most small business owners with a building, customers want to feel like they're the only one. Customers want to feel like I know you by first name. I come in here all the time. Next thing you know, folks are getting real comfortable and asking you for things that they wouldn't ask any other business owners. So contactless for us is a way for us to actually build our business and also give our current and new customers better customer service. Debbie, how you doing? Can you do me a favor, Debbie? Can you drop your city and state? Let me know where you're tuning in from. When to stop making product until the product stops or gets bought. Is that your issue? That's one of your issues? Um, Man, sounds like you're crafting. Sounds like you're doing it because it's fun. Do you have a website, Debbie? Is there a website involved? What's your location, Debbie? Where you from? Northeast Alabama. Okay. I think you came on and said you missed our live the other day. I responded to you. Cool. So yeah, it sounds like to me, to be honest with you, sounds like to me you crafting. If you have a website, there's no need to stock up on items if you have a website. And I'm going to try to put this into context. If I'm selling, if I and this is a custom on the custom side, if I am selling a tumbler that I have on my website, I first have to understand if my website, if my website is being seen, if people are seeing my website, and I also have to understand if that product is a product that people are desiring. I mean, if I'm selling a cup on a website, how long does it take me to make that cup? A customer orders a cup, I make the cup. If it's a hot selling item, then I may have one or two of those items, and I can actually just sell that item. But I mean, you sh- you shouldn't be making items. You shouldn't be making items like that if you have a website. It should be they order, you make it. We see Julio finding the plug for stuff, always having to charge. Excuse me, always having to change. Not finding in my own city. So here's what I'm hearing, Julio. Finding the plug, that's on you. You're gonna have to do some market research. You're gonna have to stay up late at night to find vendors, and I'm sure I'm gonna assume that you're gonna want the best pricing. So you're gonna definitely have to stay up and connect with people, and then you're gonna have to talk to businesses because a business may, such as us, as the blank spot, we may offer a nice product, but we may not have, hey, we offer bulk purchasing on our website. We may not have, you can get it for this much if you order this many. We may not have that on our website. Why? Because it attracts the various people. It attracts people who are just going to ask questions, or it attracts people who just want to one office, you know. So ask the question when you talk to people about products, ask them. And also, you never want to find just one person. You always want to have a backup to a backup. Okay. Let's see. ATV says I have a YouTube channel and I plan to do videos on my business journey since day one, but I'm not comfortable. Although I have had another channel that I do videos, still have challenges. You know, this is going to be very basic. The only way that you're going to get better is if you do it. Tamara will tell you, she's on here. Her name on here is Renee, but she'll tell you she went through our videos on our YouTube from 4 years ago. She hit a video that my wife did when we first got started, and you'll see the growth, not just in yourself, but people will see the growth as well. So the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. What I will tell anybody who wants to do videos is to write down what you want to speak about, what you want to talk about, and then stick to the script. I'm not saying to be robotic, but stick to the script. Also, as you write it down and have key points, if you have to look down at your paper, do that. But I want you to think about this. I want you to have a conversation on social media the same way you having a conversation on the phone with one of your friends or your family members. There's no reason that you should be anxious or you should be thrown off by talking to somebody about something that you know about. If you know that you're the subject matter expert about something, nobody should throw you off, and you shouldn't throw yourself off. You shouldn't be nervous about talking about yourself or about talking about what you know. Think about that. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, absolutely. And now we're backtracking, stuttering and stumbling, and now we're trying to answer questions that we can't answer. Is it easy for the foil stuff? Is it easy to make the foil? To press the foil? It's very easy. It's very easy. So I've done videos. My wife has done videos about the foil. However, if you're still not happy with those videos that are free, we have a tutorial. We have a list of tutorials. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share that list of tutorials with you all right here. Let me see. It's courses. Take that off of there. It is courses. Let's see. Dot the blank spot.com. Okay, so this is a link to our academy. We have some pre-recorded courses. Most of them are $2, $1.99. It's a real quick clip to instruct you on how to do something or do a process. That's a small investment to ask for your business. But nothing that we do is difficult. Sometimes we don't have the proper tools to do it. Funny thing, there's another young lady that's newer that's watching us. She's following us. And you guys know how people say sublimation is limited? I'll always respond with sublimation is not limited. It's our mindset, our thinking. Well, this one young lady was like, sublimation is not limited, but her printer is. Sometimes we want to do things and we don't have the equipment to do it. And I think that's what gets people caught up with watching all these do-it-yourselfers and all these how-toers. They're on there trying to do everything themselves. You don't have a large format printer, so what you're doing is learning how to splice stuff together because you want to do it yourself. Because in your mind you're thinking, well, I'm going to save money. You don't have a large heat press, so you're going to figure out how to press that item because you want to do it yourself. You can't do the things that you want to do without the proper equipment unless you practice. And then you got to ask yourself, how much time did I waste on trying to do it myself when I could have outsourced, found someone to outsource? So yeah, that's something to think about. Okay, something to think about. But we do have lots of tutorials that are available for the beginners, and also for some people who never heard of what we do. So guys, if you're just jumping on, this is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier. Our location is just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. We're in an off-site right now. We're located in Myrtle Beach. There's an event that's taking place. We have to go. Today's the last day, so we got to get started, get set up. But wanted to come on and share some of our time with you guys. Also, don't forget, if you haven't checked out our website, we have a weekend sale that's going on right now, 25% off of our full color screen print transfers. No minimum requirement, no code requirement. Another thing, if you want to schedule a one-on-one with us because you have a specific question that you don't want everybody to know, or if it's something pertaining to your business, feel free to go to our website, select the pick my brain, and you can actually see that. Let's see, where do I go to see? It is right here. I just shared it on the screen. So the videos, like I said, they are not free. The videos are not free. Some of the videos, if you want to go on YouTube, absolutely, I would start there. I would start on YouTube, and I would search in the search box whatever you want to see. Look at that first because I'm very detailed in our videos. So I would go to that platform first, and I would actually go there and see exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see. I have to find a video of pressing the frosted mugs. The frosted beer mugs. Is that the one you're talking about? Is that the one you're talking about, Tamara? Because I did a couple. I did some when we first got started. And it's going to depend on if you're looking to do a mug in an oven or if you're looking to do a mug on a press. The most recent ones I did a frosted mug that I did a full wrap in the oven. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's not hard at all. Not hard. That's more crafting than anything. And I mean, I like detailed stuff. So that was a pretty cool joint. Got about let's see how long I've been on here. Got about 7 more minutes, guys. Got about 7 more minutes. Like I said, guys, if you're not following us on all of our platforms, I'm gonna tell you first off, shout out to everybody who's following us on Facebook. We went viral on Facebook with a couple of videos, and we appreciate everybody. We just hit 62,000 followers on Facebook, but we only have 7,000 on subscribers on YouTube. So we need you guys to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And our Instagram is only like 13 or 1,400 followers. So we need you guys to go over there as well. That's going to help us to continue to put this content out. You say you're working on your boxes? Cool. How are they coming out? How are they coming out? Because those boxes, that hack is really, really simple. Once you see the video on the mug, once you see the video on the frosted mug using the press, it's real simple. It's just like pressing a mug. Of course, the temperature is going to be higher and the time is going to be lower because you're baking it into the glass. But once you see the one where I did the full wrap inside the oven, that's the one you're going to want to do. Thanks for all the info. May God continue to bless your life through this. Well, thank you. Appreciate you, man. God bless you too, man. It's not hard to get started. Getting started is here. I promise you guys, getting started is here. And also getting started is cutting the excess baggage that you have in your life. Having a business is like having a child. It's serious business. Having a business is like it's caring for something. And to be honest, a lot of people aren't good parents. So why would we think we're going to be good business owners? I'm keeping it real. But when you decide to cut loose some of that dead weight, some of the habits that you have, some of the people who you've been dragging along with you, who follow you everywhere you go, but don't add value to your life, when you make that decision, connecting with someone like the blank spot is not going to be hard. When you make that decision, hearing some of the things that me and my wife say, it's not going to cut you because it's either going to apply to you or it's not. It's either going to be the truth or it's not. A lot of people are so sensitive, but they want to hear a truth, but they don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is Not everyone is going to make six figures in business. Not everyone is going to be able to start a business and quit their job. Not everybody's going to go viral on social media and blow up. Not everybody's going to be a great business owner. However, you can make some extra dollars to help feed your family. You can make some extra dollars to help get out of debt. You can make some extra dollars to live a more comfortable lifestyle if you understand how business works and if you use the right strategies. A lot of people will never grasp that concept. Having a business and having a job means that I have tax deductions. That means that I can lower my expenses. I can keep more of my money, which means my family can live a better lifestyle. Or you can be a crafter, give your stuff away, spend more money, never understanding how to actually lower your tax liability, never understanding how to live a better life, and just try to live off doing good deeds. See, faith without works is dead. There's a lot of people that have faith, but they're not ready to do any work. And business has structures. Business has rules. Would you guys ever open a second location? I don't think there's any need to unless we start opening up, and I'm speaking this one into existence. Unless we start opening up distribution locations, there's no need. There's no need. We can distribute, we can turn our supplier warehouse into a distribution warehouse. And if we need to get larger, if we need larger space, then we can do that. But I used to think second location when we first got started, but second locations are not, it's not mandatory to do what you want to do. It depends on what your vision is. Depends on what your vision is. It would have been great, and I'm saying this out loud, it would have been great if we could have kept our store and had a warehouse. But I just don't think that the local, after people started going back to work, after the pandemic and people started going back to work, and all the people the types of personalities that we were attracting in our storefront, I just don't think that opportunity was there anymore. It was just, that's it. So the warehouse, the contactless is great. It's amazing. We get to spend more time building our business. We get to spend more time building our platforms, and we are reaching more people than ever. You'd be surprised how many new customers we catch every day, whether it's on our website or on our social media or both. So, we got an announcement to make. We'll make that announcement on Tuesday. Monday we are closed because it is a holiday, but I still probably be in there doing some work because we got to push some orders out. However, Tuesday we'll be back live, definitely. I may do a small live on Monday, but Tuesday we'll definitely be back on live because Monday's a holiday, and we'll make an announcement on Tuesday about some things. But I just wanted you guys to let you guys know that we do appreciate you. Everything. I want y'all to hear this. Everything has a price tag. We don't want to be naive to that. Everything has a price tag. It's either going to cost you time or it's going to cost you money. But everything has a price tag. So don't let people try to fool you into thinking that, hey, even as I share this time, we are both sharing time. So we're both paying in time right now. So everything has a price tag. So nothing is free. Okay. Last but not least, thank y'all for jumping on. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time as well. I appreciate it. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Once again, go and like our YouTube and subscribe. It is the Blank Spot. Go hit us up on our Instagram. You just subscribe it. And make sure you subscribe to our, make sure you like our Facebook page, which is the Blank Spot as well. I'll see everybody at the top because there's too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.